You're now listening to the Chewing Gum Podcast.
Hello, people. How is everybody doing today? I ask that every time as if you guys can actually answer me. But today we're on episode 35. I have a very special guest and a lot of things going on in my life. But I'm so glad that she made it out today. We literally just ordered Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Is that the name of it?
Yes.
Okay. And so literally in like 5 or 10 minutes, I'll probably have to pop out there real quick. But everyone, welcome Miss North Carolina USA or Miss USA NC of 2022, Morgan Romano. Did I pronounce your name right?
Yes, you did.
Awesome. Where does that name originate from? Random question.
I know. Everyone asked me that because my last name is a cheese, Romano cheese.
Yeah, is it Italian?
It is, yes.
Oh, awesome. So you got a little bit. Have you ever been in Italy?
I wish. No, that's my dream. I know. My dream is to take my dad to Italy because my Italian comes from him. His side
Oh
of
my
the family.
gosh.
Mm-hmm.
So your dad is born in Italy?
Not born. Mm-hmm.
Oh, so you're like a third gen.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah. Great grandparents from
That's
Sicily.
so cool. Sicily, that'd be a great place to visit too. They have amazing pizza, I heard.
I need to go for the food.
Yeah, so if you guys didn't know, Morgan here, she just recently, I believe it was a month ago, a month ago, you won Miss North Carolina USA.
Yeah.
And today I have a lot of questions. I've been planning this podcast for actually two weeks now since we've been talking. And, I have tons of things, tons of content. But again, it's conversation based. You talk to me, whatever is on your mind. I have a couple of a video also I want to react to with you. But how has life been since winning?
Craziness.
Yeah. How has things been different?
It's been so busy in such a good way. I'm so grateful for that. I wanted to win so badly, but it's been busier than I expected.
Yeah.
So I still work full time, 8 to 5, and Miss North Carolina traveling
Oh my
a
gosh.
lot. So I'm tired.
So how do you fit that in?
Thank God I have a really flexible job. So today they let me leave 30 minutes early if I need to, or if I need to come
Just for
in.
me.
I know, yeah. I wouldn't miss it. If I need to come in late for something or take a long lunch, or take a vacation day, they're really understanding, and because they're super proud of me, they're excited about it.
I want to ask you. I know you graduated, which is amazing. You graduated at USC, the real USC, South Carolina, in chemical engineering.
Yes,
Correct.
yes.
Yeah. Wow. You're genius. That's awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Way smarter than me, and I'm Asian, so that's saying a lot. But so with that, so what are you doing right now, and what do you plan to do with that career?
Right now, I do engineering consulting for RE
Wow.
Mason. I don't know if you've ever heard of
No,
them.
but I saw the picture of you. You posted a picture in their office or something. Like
Yeah.
I went through your Instagram.
Yeah.
Interesting.
They're in Charlotte, and actually a better well-known company that owns us that you might know is Emerson Electric Co.
I have heard of Emerson. I've heard of the name.
Yeah, so we're an impact partner for Emerson.
Would you like any water, by the way?
No, I'm good.
Okay,
Thank you.
cool.
And I just consult for control systems, I guess is the best way you could say that.
Interesting.
For a lot of, right now I do for a lot of pharmaceutical, biotech, specialty chemical companies in North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia.
Wow, that is
Yeah.
so impressive. Your parents must be really proud. And so with that job, something like that, you're able to do Miss America at the same time. That's crazy.
Yeah, so I'll be competing at Miss USA in August. It hasn't been announced. End of August or September.
Okay.
And
Last time it was around Thanksgiving.
yeah,
Yeah,
they
wow.
were there on Thanksgiving last
That
year.
is insane.
Yes,
I'm glad that it isn't like that.
I know that, yeah, the timeline is a little off right
Mm-hmm.
now because of COVID. They had to shift things 2 years ago, and they're trying to get back into
Yeah.
the regular routine. But yeah, I'm able to do both. I will be taking a month off in the summer when I do go
my
compete
gosh.
for Miss USA.
That's crazy. So wait, okay, question with your schedule. So how much of your week, ever since winning, we'll talk about your past before winning in a second, but ever since winning, how much of your week would you say, like percentage wise, would be devoted towards your normal career, your normal life, and then how much would be devoted towards this life, Miss USA?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Right now, it's been about 50-50.
Wow, I
Which
was not
is-
expecting that.
Which is crazy. I know.
Dang.
I've had to do something for Miss USA, Miss North Carolina, pretty much every single day.
Oh my
And
God.
every single weekend since I've won. But it won't stay like that forever. The first month, a lot of people want to book you and they're excited that you won, and it'll slow down a little bit before Miss USA, and we'll really just focus on preparing for Miss USA, not so much doing appearances.
Right. So what things are you doing right now? Like the first month, if someone wins in the future that is listening to this, what kind of things are you expected to do that first month? Like what type of brands are you reaching out to you? What, obviously this podcast, like I reached out to you, but other things as well.
Yeah. A lot of my first month has been visiting sponsors and going, whether it's a service they provide or anything, clothes, you go and you visit and you give them a thank you card and you give them a little social media content and you say thank you and put, new face, because they're used to Madison or whoever came before them. And it's been a lot of that. Last week, I gave a speech to 2,400 high school students, which was so nerve-wracking. I was like, who signed me up for this? Who thinks that I am, like,
you seem good at talking.
This?
You seem good at talking.
It went really well. Yeah. So it was good. But people will request you for appearances on the website, and it might be crazy out-of-the-box things that you don't even know where they came from. But that's the cool thing. You can. Okay, yes, cool. You can. But I don't want to say no, because I think that's the cool thing about being Miss North Carolina. Yeah. Doing all those different things that you never expected. Yeah,
I get that. That's insane. I never knew it was. What was one of like the deals that you've had that since this month that winning that shocked you? Like, wow, this people they want to work with me, like whether it's like just because it wouldn't be something you would expect or a brand that you've always want to work with, something like that.
So Show Me Your Moo. I don't know if you know them.
No clue.
They are a boutique on Instagram, and I think they have almost 600,000 followers.
Oh, what?
Yeah, and they're huge and the influencer blogger, like they do a lot of the Bachelor girls. They send them clothes, and they sent me a package yesterday of a ton of clothes and started following me on Instagram.
Oh my god,
I've made it.
That's huge. That's like a big deal. I don't think I've ever worked with a brand that big. Yeah, that's crazy. Good for you.
It was crazy.
You know what?
Yeah.
Give it to you. That's awesome. I'm proud of you. I want to ask you, with these brands that you're working with, are a lot of them, I know, being an influencer is similar. We work with brands, and sometimes they don't pay or certain things like that. Are there brands that are paying you?
A lot of the time it's sponsored. So I'll provide promotional content for them or create Instagram content for them, and then they provide a service or a product or something along those lines.
Would you be allowed to take money?
Yes.
Like, so guys, go ahead and contact her and send the money through. We got to make sure she's getting supplemented for this. Yeah. It's hard work. And I remember when Madison was here, she was doing a post on social media. She did like a little video before we shot the podcast. And I was like insane of how much content you guys have to constantly put out for this whole program, pretty much. How much do they require from you?
A big piece of it is social media. A lot of the time, it's up to individual brands. Certain people want certain things. So someone gave me a hair. They did a service for my hair.
Right.
And they just asked that I created 2 reels within the month about the hair.
Wow.
And if someone gives you clothes, of course, they just expect you when you wear them to tag.
Of course.
To create a reel maybe once a month or repost their clothes once a week. It's not anything set, and it's really up to the brand. And a lot of the brands that work with Miss North Carolina are really flexible and lenient. They're not like, you have to post.
So in the future, like let's say beyond this all, like 2-3 years from now, there's a new Miss North Carolina and everything. Would you ever go into influencing, like the world of like just content creating? Like obviously you're still going to be a chemical engineer, but like would you ever do that on the side?
Yeah, I would love to. I've always loved fashion, and I've of course we all follow a ton of influencers and bloggers, and I'm always on Like to Know It. I don't know if you know what that is, where they like
I've heard of it.
Yeah, they link their clothes, and I would love to do that honestly on the side I would do it for free.
After this all, if you ever remember me,
of course, yes.
And you need help, I actually, my sister and I, part of her class that she teaches here, I do a segment in her class where I teach the influencing side of things.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm not huge or anything, but I made 20,000. So like
That's awesome.
And I can teach you some things, but also I want to learn some things from your side of things because you want to dive into the fashion. I haven't done too much of that side, so it would be interesting to see kind of both. Now, my next question is, before this all, how much have you done with pageantry? Like how many years have you had of experience and stuff like that?
That is a journey. This is a long story.
I'm gonna take my hoodie off. Keep going.
So when I was 16, I did an essay contest to win Miss Fulton County's Outstanding Teen, which is just a small local pageant in New York. I'm from New York, by the way.
What?
Yeah, we can go into that too.
I do want
so
to write that down.
Yeah, so I did this little essay contest that my mom forced me to do and won. And then I had to go compete at Miss New York's Outstanding Teen.
How old were you at this time?
I was 16.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I was 16.
right.
And it was my first ever pageant. I had no idea what I was doing at all. Like, seriously, nothing at all. I didn't know anyone. I didn't even know the phases of competition. I just kind of showed up.
At 16, that's a late start. That's awesome.
Yeah, and I was first runner up. And it blew me away because I did not consider myself a pageant girl. I honestly didn't even want to do pageants. I only did it because my mom forced me, because she said, oh, it looks good because you're going to apply to college soon and you need something extra on the side.
Interesting.
And so I took a break after that until college. And, you know, chemical engineering, it's draining. It's
really hard.
Isolating. It's a lot of studying by yourself.
Yeah.
And I needed a hobby and something to do on the side that would make me happy besides just school, that gave me networking connections. So I just decided to I actually did Miss Charlotte.
What?
And
I've seen that. I've seen that part of your.
And there was 6 girls in the pageant, and they gave away 3 crowns, like a Miss Charlotte, Miss Mecklenburg, Miss something else.
Right.
And a first runner up. So only 2 girls in the whole pageant got nothing at all. And I was one of them.
Wait, you got nothing from
Nothing.
there? What?
Nothing. And
comeback story.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, I don't want to feel like this ever again. So what do I need to do to not feel like this? Because I saw all these girls doing amazing things and I wanted to be a part of that. So I started working really hard and I started competing. I actually competed in South Carolina. I did Miss South Carolina that year because I was in school at South Carolina, and I made the top 10. I came back and competed again, and I was 3rd runner-up at Miss South Carolina. Then I decided to do Miss South Carolina USA, and I was top 10. And then
so you're allowed to do okay, cool.
You can switch back and forth, which it's hard. I wouldn't recommend that.
Okay. Try to stick
but you can, yeah. So I competed in Miss South Carolina America again, and I was 1st runner-up.
Okay.
And then last year I took a year off. Well, it was COVID. They didn't really have anything.
Right.
And then I decided to do Miss North Carolina, and I said, this is it. I have got to move on in my life.
Right.
Like, I need to focus on my career, but I'll do it one more time. And I was 2nd runner-up to Madison Bryant. And I couldn't let it go.
That was last year.
Yes. Yeah.
So
I couldn't let it go. I was like, I'm so close. I'm going to do it
it's
one
like
more time, and that is it. Because this would be my 7th state pageant at this point. And it's a lot. It takes months and months of preparation and hard work. And I mean, it's just exhausting. So I said, after this, I'm done. And then I won.
Came back. Wow, that's awesome. I did not know this. I didn't know that you were 1st runner-up. I didn't know any of this side of it. That is a crazy story. I didn't even know you were from New York. All my research has been thrown out the water now. I'm like terrible at this.
No, that's okay.
No, that's awesome. Wow, what are the odds of all that? A real comeback story for real.
Yeah.
The fact that you didn't get deterred, that's amazing. You're resilient. I commend you for that. What was the most addicting part of this pageantry life to you? When, like, at age 16, you came into it after all of it. Was it the fact of like getting the recognition, or the fact of wanting something that you haven't gotten yet, or what exactly kept you driven and into this field?
Yeah, I'm very, very goal oriented, and
I can see that.
if I set my mind to something, I can't stop until
Right.
it's completed. And it's not about the recognition. It really is. I always compare pageantry to an Olympic sport.
Yeah.
Because it really is. And when you're a first runner up, a second runner up, a third runner up, over and over, and you're so close, I was like, I know I can do this. It's just the time, my timing, when it's going to be. And I couldn't let it go.
Okay, I have a question. If you lost, all right, if you had lost, or not lost, but like got first runner up or something, would you have done it again?
I wouldn't have. I
Really?
needed to be done after that.
What? I get it.
I told myself that, and I was going to stick to that.
Wow.
I would have been sad, though. It would have taken
of
time for me to
course.
recover from that. But
So now, and I know some of this from Madison, we've talked in the last podcast, but like your next phase is, I know, okay, so you had that month where it was really crazy. Things are probably still kind of crazy right now. And then you're prepping for Miss USA.
Yep.
All right, so is everything from here on to that point just prep work for that?
Yeah, you'll still be doing appearances.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, and now we start the.
So I want to ask you about this side of things, because I never asked Madison. After Miss USA, that competition.
Yep.
If you win, obviously you go to Miss Universe. Yeah, it's like crazy, even bigger. Now let's say you don't win, which you will. But if someone who, like Madison, or even in the past years, if you don't win, what happens after? Do you just pass down the mantle?
Yeah,
and then
you'll finish out your year, and your reign as Miss North Carolina. And Madison was even busier after Miss USA.
Really?
Doing appearances as Miss North Carolina,
I did not know
honestly.
that.
Yeah. So you finish out your year and your reign, and you serve North Carolina, and then she gave up her crown in January, and now she's just back to,
Living the life.
Yeah, living the life.
I knew that. I guess it makes sense, because when I did her podcast with her, and I'm assuming it's gonna be the same way with this podcast. When it was initially released, some people watched, my fans mainly, and then your fans won't really watch until around the time of that pageant. Once that pageant comes, the views for it just starts zooming, because people are searching you up.
I was gonna say, people start digging.
Yeah, they start. It's like politics. Speaking of this digging and all that stuff, I did some digging myself, and this is contrasting some of the previous Miss NCs. I noticed that you have a long-term boyfriend, Daniel, right?
I do, yes.
Yes, I did my research. We stand Daniel on this podcast. He's a very good-looking guy.
Sweet.
Are you allowed to post anything with them?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
They don't expect you to just drop your whole life and
say,
quit your job and break up with your boyfriend and don't post.
Break up with your boyfriend.
Yeah. They know that you have a life and a career, and they are completely accepting of that.
Okay, I was just curious about that.
But the good thing is, Daniel he'll listen to this. He will. He is so supportive of every single thing that I do. Even if I could never post him ever again, he wouldn't care, because he just wants to see me succeed and thrive and do whatever I need to do to be successful. Yeah, he's the best. So
I want to, I didn't mean to bring this up, but I do want to talk about Daniel for a second.
Yeah.
How do you do that as like a supporter for someone? Because you're really busy. How much time do you actually get to spend with your significant other?
Well, here's the funny thing. He actually lives in Dallas, Texas.
No, plot twist. I wasn't expecting. I was expecting he was living in Charlotte.
No.
How'd you guys meet?
We went to college together.
Okay.
He's a chemical engineer as well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we graduated together, started dating in college, and we've been dating ever since. And even before I was Miss North Carolina, we did long distance, because he started working. He got a job in Dallas,
right
moved
after
there. Yep, and then I started working in Charlotte. In COVID, when we worked from home, I stayed in Dallas a lot, but we're kind of used to it, and he's really busy too. And we're adults. We both have careers.
If you're both really busy, it works out.
It does.
If you're both.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he is really busy. And like I said, he's very supportive of me. I'm very supportive of him. We know that we're adults and we have our own lives, but we do a lot of FaceTime.
Okay. How often do you get to see him actually though? Like visit out, especially during this time?
Yeah. I would say once a month. He came.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah, he
That's
came
fine.
for the pageant, and his family lives in South Carolina, so he comes back a lot to visit.
Is he from South Carolina?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so he's always around.
Okay, that's awesome. Well, man, Daniel, we stand you here. That is impressive.
Yeah.
Because I don't think a lot of the guys get credit at all during stuff like this. Same with girls. Like when a guy becomes famous, for instance, their girlfriends have to deal with a lot of stuff, and vice versa with the other gender. Okay, you mentioned that you're from New York. What part?
I'm from upstate New York.
So where in upstate?
Near Albany-ish.
Oh, I know Albany.
Yeah, so I'm from Johnstown.
Okay.
Which none of y'all will know where that is.
No, but we know where Albany is.
Yeah, but it's near Albany.
That's cool. It's really cold up there.
Oh, God. That's why I moved.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you lived there to what, your college?
Yeah, until I graduated high school. And then I decided to move south for college because I knew I wouldn't go to class if it was so cold and I had to walk.
So are you ever planning on going, like, where does your future lie most? In Charlotte? Okay, so, wow, this whole time I thought you were from Charlotte because I couldn't find anything elsewhere.
Yeah.
So what do you like more about Charlotte versus New York, and why did you pick that area? Or, well, because of work, I'm assuming?
Yeah, so the weather.
Okay.
Just in South Carolina, North Carolina. So when I decided to go to the University of South Carolina, my parents were like, oh, we really like it here and we want to get out of the cold too. So they moved to Concord, right outside of Charlotte, and they loved it. So when I graduated, which I graduated college in a weird time. I graduated during COVID, and we just got sent home from school. I had like a month left of college when COVID started. So randomly got sent home from school, had really nowhere to go, so I just went to my parents' house and got a job in Charlotte, which was remote at the time because of COVID. My first entire year of my career was from home.
Wow.
Which was crazy.
That is
so
crazy.
I've just kind of found myself here, but I love it.
Yeah? All right, what's your favorite food spot in Charlotte?
Soul.
Soul?
Yes.
Soul food.
Korean barbecue.
Or do you like Let's Meet? Which one? Because they own both.
I never had that one.
Wait. So, all right. So we're in South End, right?
Okay.
So you go to Soul Food. I'm assuming. They also own next door where it's just Korean barbecue. Or are you talking about the Korean barbecue place?
I'm talking about Korean barbecue.
Okay, so I think you're talking about Soul Less Meat.
It's Soul Meat Company or something like that.
Yes,
okay.
It's the same one. They own that whole building. And so they got 2 restaurants in one.
Gotcha.
One is just Korean barbecue, all you can eat. It's fire. Yeah, I'm glad that you like that. It's very cultured. You're a cultured white girl.
Oh.
And then next door, you should try next door sometime.
Yeah.
It's a cheaper option. It's actually the first one that they opened. It's called Soul Food. Spelt the same way, but then food. And then when you go there, they have it's a hybrid between Korean comfort food and American comfort food, which is like Southern food. Yeah. And they like mix it together. It's so good.
Ooh, I have to try it.
Dude, honestly, I like that place even more. And I like Let's Meet a lot.
I have to go there.
Yeah, I'm shocked that you know that. But you're also from New York. New York people,
we like cultured. Food. Yeah, New York people are foodies normally.
Is there any food up there that you miss?
Oh, pizza, bagels.
Oh, dude, oh my God, your guys' bagels are so good.
I know.
Pizza.
I know that's the standard. People from New York say, oh, the pizza here is not as good. It's not.
Dude, it's not.
And the bagels not.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, did you have a favorite bagel place up there?
We had like a little bakery.
Okay, so like local ones.
Yeah, just local.
Yeah,
Nothing
I have a local
chain.
one that I love up there.
I will say, I love Brugger's, and I know that
New
York people absolutely hate.
My
Brugger's.
girlfriend hates Brugger's.
Like they hate it. Is she from New York?
Yeah, she's from New York.
Okay, yeah, people hate it, but I'm here for Brugger's.
Interesting.
Like
I guess it's because you're stuck here, so that's like the only thing you can find. That's awesome. Okay, now the DoorDash person has actually contacted
perfect.
me.
Okay.
I'm trying to locate where you are. Please help me with this.
I thought this was an easy place to.
I know. I put Sweet 102. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Hey guys, we're back. I got drinks from Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Sorry that this has been very sporadic, by the way. I wanted to get food because she had a long drive after work. Yeah. And I was just like,
well, thank
what
you.
You want? Of course. And what did you get again?
Chia banana blast with peanut butter.
I love peanut butter.
Yeah.
I was almost gonna get that, but then I saw mango and I was like, hold up.
Ooh, yeah.
I love mango as well.
Please sponsor us, Tropical.
Yeah, you eat them there a lot, you said.
I do. It's so easy and quick.
Yeah, and it's everywhere too.
Yeah.
Okay. Hopping back to conversation. Feel free, drink, eat, whatever.
Yeah.
Well, can't really eat, but I wanted to ask you, speaking of food, what's your diet like being in this industry?
Yeah. And it's not just because of this industry. I've always eaten pretty healthy. I was a competitive dancer
What?
My whole life.
I didn't know that.
I did ballet, mostly ballet.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, and I was really into that. And I mean, you have to fuel your body with good
Wow, this is fire.
fuel. I know this one's really good too. With good fuel to be able to perform your best. So genuinely, it's a lifestyle for me. I'm not just saying that to try to sound my lifestyle is very healthy.
I mean,
but
it's like me too.
Yeah, it's always been that way. And going into pageantry, I mean, yeah, when you're competing and you're close to having to wear a swimsuit in front of thousands of people, you're gonna maybe be a little bit cleaner and work out a little bit more. But I genuinely have a healthy lifestyle.
Wow. So, what are you restricting anything in terms of the type of food you eat?
No, I cannot restrict anything. I don't like the titles of anything. Like, I don't like being like, can't even think of one because I don't do any of them. But like, I'm keto, I'm vegan, I'm this. All of that feels too restrictive, and I don't like being like, I can't eat carbs or I don't count calories.
I get that.
I don't really weigh myself.
Okay.
I don't like anything that's restrictive.
So when it comes to like your diet in general, and you say you like to live a healthy lifestyle, how do you keep yourself entwined with, like, does your body just tell you like, oh, I'm full, or like
yeah,
okay,
I mean, trying not to overeat, but also it's really about balance. I eat pretty healthy in the week, but like this past weekend I was in Charleston for Miss South Carolina, and you know, I went to Mexican for dinner, and then that night at midnight I had a Chick-fil-A sandwich.
Also, you know what, all you can eat Korean
and
barbecue, so
yeah, I mean, I'm not, if my body is telling me you want ice cream, I'm gonna go get ice cream and not feel bad about it.
That's crazy that you have so much what is it called, freedom, but also self-control in a sense, because if I have to restrict myself a little bit personally. I used to be really into like bodybuilding and stuff like that. I'm not so much anymore, but I still want to live and look good. But I can't, who I am personally, allow myself that sense of freedom, because if I do, I know I'm gonna go balls to the wall,
crazy.
like absolutely crazy.
Well, and for me too, it's not about how I look. I don't feel good when I eat bad.
That's
mentally true. I get anxious, and it's not because I'm anxious like, oh, I'm gonna look fat tomorrow. Like that's not where the anxiety comes from. It's just something about like eating really unhealthy, not eating on a routine, not drinking enough water. I don't feel good. I don't feel my best.
No, I get that. Do you work out like often? And if you do, what are you doing?
So this past month I've been so crazy busy.
Yeah, I can't even imagine.
I've just been walking. I've been trying to do like an hour walk a day.
Jeez. Okay. Do you get work done when you're doing this? That's what I would do.
I just do, if I have to do like social media content or make a reel, like I'll walk, do that. But before that, I'm very an at-home workout. I'm not a gym goer. I like classes. I'm actually trying a new class tomorrow morning at 6:30 in the morning in Charlotte. I think it's like a HIIT.
We got to get you out of here. 6:30 in the morning? What?
Oh, I'll be fine. At West Kept Secret in Charlotte.
It's a HIIT class, you said? Okay.
But cool. I like a class environment. I like an at-home. I'm very into meditation, yoga.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, yoga I have not done. I want to. I want to so bad.
I'm just not.
Meditation.
I used to do CrossFit, and it's hard on your body. I had good results, but I just felt like
you did CrossFit.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I would pay to see that. That's awesome. That's actually awesome. And I say that in a sense because one, you're in the beauty industry, so you don't oftentimes see those two collide. But also another thing is you're so tall, and it's really hard to do CrossFit when you're taller.
Yeah.
How tall are you?
5'9".
God, all you models and stuff, you make me feel like I should bring like what is it, a book, a book or something, just so I can
prop you up a little. Yeah.
No, you're right.
But no, I mean, I just feel like my body responds best to low impact. But I'm also, I don't put pressure on myself to work out every single day.
Good. Do you think it like this is obviously doing foresight, but with your competition coming up for Miss USA, and I know that there is a bathing suit portion. Yeah.
Swimsuit.
Do you think mentally you'll ever have to worry about working out or anything, or are you gonna keep that mindset of like freedom And
Yeah.
I feel like you have to, right?
You have to stay sane. You don't want to starve yourself and then get there and you're breaking down mentally because you're hungry and you're just like me. I can't function if I'm hungry. I have low blood sugar. I will pass out. I will be cranky. Like they'll be asking me questions in an interview and I'm just gonna be like, I don't know. Like I can't think straight.
That's true.
So I have got to eat.
So before this, you said that you did ballet dancing. How long did you do that?
15 years.
Did it ever mess up your feet? 15 years? You did that so crossing into your pageantry a little bit?
A little bit, yeah. When I did teen.
At the end. Yeah,
because I stopped when I went to college. And then I just did a few dance classes for fun, recreation at school.
How did your feet feel?
I'm glad that this video can't see them. Hopefully I can't see them because they're disgusting.
Really? Yeah. That's hilarious. Well, if you ever need a pedicure, we own nail salons, so just let us know.
My left foot has a bunion, like... bad.
You need those like massages and everything.
Yeah.
Get it deep in
I'm
there.
gonna have to have surgery on it one day.
Oh no, it's that bad?
Yeah.
Jeez, I'm sorry. That sucks.
Yeah.
What is the hardest things that comes with the job of being Miss NC USA? And beyond the time commitment, because obviously that's one big thing, but is there anything that comes with, like, is there pressure you feel? Is there okay, so like what kind of pressure is that something that you're putting upon yourself or your family? Or
I think everyone experiences pressure from different places in their life. Some people have family pressure, some people have friend pressure. Me, my whole life, not just in pageantry, I put pressure on myself.
Yeah,
that's just my personality type.
Yeah.
And that's what I've struggled most with since I won. No one is doing it to me. Actually, everyone has done the opposite and said, don't put pressure on yourself. You're doing such a great job. It's just how I am. And I'm like that no matter what I do. I'm like that at work. I'm like that at school. Wow. And it's just a pressure that I've put on myself, especially having a full-time career. I felt like I've split my time so much that I'm not, like, maybe I'm not being the best Miss North Carolina could be, but I'm also not being the best employee that I could be in my career. And that it's a tough thing to balance, but I think it takes practice, and I'm only a month in.
Do you think that the pressure is part of the reason why you're successful, though?
I think so. I think it made me very driven in my life.
Yeah.
And I don't even know where that came from, because my parents have never. They've
been chill?
Yeah, they're.
Oh wow.
They're never like, you have to go to school for. Actually, neither one of my parents went to college.
What?
So there is no pressure from.
Do you have siblings?
I do. I have a 16-year-old brother.
Oh, so you're the older one.
Yeah.
Same dynamic with me and my sister. That's awesome. 16, so that's what, 7 years apart?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you feel like his mom or no?
No.
Okay. So you still feel like
he still just thinks I'm annoying.
Oh, really? You guys are still in that phase?
Just as annoying big sister. Well, he's 16, you know. He's in that phase where he doesn't want to listen to anyone. He thinks he's right about everything.
Yeah.
He's really sweet. He's a really, really sweet kid.
Okay. So your whole family, they're all in Charlotte or New York? Charlotte now. Okay. But they were all in New York.
Yes. Until I graduated high school. So they moved him when he was in, what would he have been, in 5th grade, 4th grade?
Okay. That's not a bad time
to
move,
bad.
I guess. Yeah.
It wasn't bad. And he's fine. He accustomed well.
So you went to, for majority of your like grade school, you went in New York?
Mm-hmm. I graduated high school from New York.
It's a way better place to go to school.
I've heard that.
Yeah.
I have heard
Not
that.
university. University probably equal. We have a lot of
just
university. Public.
Public school.
Yeah. Did you go to public school?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's how you really learn. I feel like there's a lot of that there.
All
That's
my
cool.
Johnstown High School peeps. Hello.
Johnstown, like population of 30.
Yeah, no,
Right.
but actually.
That's funny. Did you play any sports beyond doing dancing?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
But I was a really competitive dancer, so I danced like 25 hours a week.
Jeez.
It was really, but I think that's why I know how to balance being Miss North Carolina. It
Yeah,
doesn't
the time
bother me,
commitment.
like being here and then having to drive home and then working out at 6:30 tomorrow and then going to work. That doesn't bother me because that's how I grew up.
Do you feel burnout ever?
I do.
Okay.
And I know when I do, and I need to take a step back and take a few days and just say, I need to not leave bed.
Oh, that's really good and mature of you, even beyond me. We're the same age pretty much, but I don't know when to stop sometimes.
Until it gets too much.
Yeah, and then I'm stuck in bed and like, and then you feel even worse because you're like, dang, I want to be doing stuff constantly, but you can't.
Yeah, and that's it's a pressure from society. I think that you always have to be up and doing something. But I will say this, I love Disney World.
Oh,
It's just my like happy place, and it
Right.
always has been. And I knew I was gonna have a burnout. I was just feeling it. I was like, I've been
Right.
going so much. I need to do something that's just for me. That's not in the public, or that I feel like I have to post it or work. So not next weekend, the weekend after, I'm going to Disney World for just a weekend. But still, it's just
2 weeks?
something. Yeah,
That's
but
exciting.
It's just for the weekend, but it's just something that I was like, I need to do this for myself
Right.
and have that time to myself.
That's awesome. Good for you. I want to ask you. I went when I was going through your Instagram. I saw that you traveled to Florida a lot. Was that just because of relative location?
Yeah.
You've been okay. Have you traveled a lot? Have you gone to Dallas? I'm assuming.
Yeah, I've been to Dallas. I've been to Florida, New York,
Okay.
North Carolina. Lived in South Carolina when I was in school.
Anywhere else exotic or no?
I've been to Jamaica.
Ooh, fun. That's a good one.
Yeah, I honestly, that was supposed to be my goal when I graduated, was
Yeah?
to travel and to do all
What's
these
hard with
amazing
this?
things. And then COVID and yeah, so my plans have been a little derailed. But that's
After
okay.
all this.
After all this, the main place I want to go is Tokyo.
Oh my god.
Because I want to go.
That would be insane.
I want to go to Tokyo Disney really bad.
Oh,
It's
that's the reason?
But it's the best Disney ever, I've heard, like in the whole
Right.
world. And I'd want to explore more than just Disney. but
Interesting.
that's
you
my
know,
trip.
I'm gonna have to pull up something in a second. We're gonna do just you're a big Disney fan, right?
Yeah.
I'm assuming. Okay, we're gonna do a Disney tier list. I'm just gonna in a second we'll rank some princesses because I want to see.
Yes.
I think that'd be fun,
Well,
right?
that'll be easy
Just
for me.
random thing that I just really I want to hear it. We'll average out too because I'm gonna rank them too, and
Okay,
then we'll
cool.
average our totals. But we'll do that at the end of the podcast. That'll be our last segment. Let me put that in my notes so I don't forget. Disney tier list. So you've traveled to Florida a lot, and you've gone to Orlando. You've done the Disney. What's your favorite kingdom, first of all, before we continue?
Okay.
Have you been to all of them?
In Walt Disney World in Florida, yeah. I've never been to Disneyland in California because I've never been to the West Coast ever.
Girl, you've never been to the West Coast.
No. I know. I have got to get out there.
You need to.
Maybe they'll have Miss USA on the West Coast and I'll be able to go.
Yeah, or something like that. Well,
Yeah.
I would say like, well, you need to go to Italy because that's your
Yes.
heritage. I think that'd be
Yes.
great. What I feel like California is just not a great place to live, but a great place to visit.
I've heard that.
You would
I've
love
heard
it.
you go for 4 days and you're ready to come home.
I'm curious on how you would do there, especially if you went for an event with Miss NC, because the vibe there is very different for someone like you, where you have the looks, but you have a title, so
Yeah.
you will have to be cautious of the people who talk to you, but you'll probably get some fun out of it. Like people will
Yeah.
offer you,
Good food.
yeah,
good-
things
yeah.
like that. So your bucket list right now is Tokyo. Anywhere else specifically?
I want to go to Paris. I want to go, honestly, anywhere in Europe. Also, I was supposed to go on.
Don't wait. You want to go to Paris?
Yeah.
All my fans know this. Please don't go to Paris.
Is it bad? Is it dirty?
It's my least favorite place that I went to.
Really?
Out of all the Europes and out of all the abroad that I've traveled, well, I've only been to I would say 6 places abroad. Paris ranks the lowest, and honestly, I would rather go to LA, New York, and all of Florida than Paris.
Are you serious?
Again, 1000%. But
why?
me saying this, I want you to go. Just shorten your trip just so you can experience it, because I think you should still experience it just to know.
Yeah.
But to me, it's a huge letdown to me.
Yeah.
It's really dirty. It's not how it used to be.
That's
And
what I've
then
heard.
the town is actually really small.
Mm-hmm.
If you go to big cities in Europe, they're massive. They have so much architecture, so much of things to do. Where Paris, it is pretty-ish,
Mm-hmm.
but it reminds you, if you ever go to London, it's the same thing but smaller. And there is the Eiffel Tower, which I would say the Eiffel Tower is sick. It's cool to look at, but
Yeah.
the crime rate is we almost got robbed. It was
Yeah.
really scary. And the food is okay.
Yeah. So
Pastries are good.
now that you said that, one of the biggest things on my list is London. I love Great
London's
British
fun.
Baking Show.
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
And
that's
I
a
wanna
huge show.
go. Yeah.
I think that if you like New York, you'll love London.
I love New York. So
London is New York City, like Manhattan, but cleaner
wow.
and cooler architecture.
Then I definitely need to go.
Yes,
I love
with the
the
lesser
city.
food, slightly lesser food, because New York City's the food heaven.
Yeah.
I would say London, Italy, and if you have the chance, go to Mykonos, Greece.
Oh, yes.
Because, oh my God, that was like the coolest place ever.
You know about Daniel. So his last name is Pappas.
Yeah.
Original last
wow.
name is Papadopoulos. So
he's straight up Greek.
He's Greek.
That's awesome. Does he speak any?
No.
It'll still be fun for you guys to come on. But all right, so hopping back into the rest of the combo, I wanted to address this. You know, and it was crazy because I think it was just right after, it had to have been after one of my trips that I came home, and then I heard this news about Cheslie. And what's her last name? Kryst. Yeah, I'm so bad at this.
That's
so
okay.
Cheslie Kryst. She was Miss North Carolina 2019.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And then I heard the news about like in her New York, and then that whole incident that happened where she, you know, you already know. And she was actually Miss USA too. When you want like, does news like that impact all the community that you're in more than anyone else? I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So what did that feel like?
So I won on Saturday night, and then it happened on Sunday.
Oh my God, that happened the same week?
Yeah.
I knew it was like a few weeks ago.
The last thing that she ever posted was a story congratulating me and the girl who won Miss North Carolina team.
Oh my God, what?
It was so quick after I won. And yeah, it did. It affected the pageant community even more, especially, I mean, the directors of Miss North Carolina spent an entire year with her and are so close to her. It was just, it was so tough, and it's still so tough. They're still grieving. They're still going through it. It doesn't, you know, it's just awful for everyone that's involved.
And I know this is a loaded question, and you don't even have to answer it. If you say I don't know, then you just say I don't know.
Okay.
But do you think that the pressures of being in the world of pageantry had anything to do with like anyone? Because this actually wasn't the first case. There was someone else too, but I just remember from doing research, and I don't know if it was in US or anything, but where it was also suicide, and it was also unaliving. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that on YouTube, but do you think that anything would be connected to pageantry, or do you think it's just externalities?
Well, so I'm not in her mind.
That's true.
I don't know. And I was not personally super close to her to have those really deep conversations.
Right.
Just knew her surface level. But she wrote this article for Allure magazine, which I don't know if you saw it.
I did.
And I think it was just about her accomplishments in general. Like, she ran track at University of South Carolina. She was Miss USA. She was Miss North Carolina.
Right.
She was she had her JD and her MBA. And I was just about how do you she could never be happy with where she was and with all of the things that she had accomplished. She always felt like she needed to achieve more.
Yeah, I relate with that.
Yeah. And granted, I think pageants are a part of that, because she's saying, even though I was Miss USA, what else can I accomplish? But I think that's a personality.
Yeah, and you know, again, I know nothing. I'm a dumb person. I'm a dummy. I'm a big dummy. So I don't know anything. But
no, me too. Don't take anything I say.
I have to say this but you know, and I just feel like with people that have the most success, the most money, the most anything like that, it's also your most what is it called? Vulnerable to mental. Like this and all that stuff, because I don't know if you know this, but like, you know, like Sweden and all the Nordic countries up there, like Sweden, it's like Switzerland, all those really, really, really nice. Like everyone thinks that they're really happy, right? Which they are. They're like GDP wise, they're the most happy countries, but they also have the highest suicide rates also. So I'm thinking like maybe because there's so many people around you that are all so happy about you or about whatever, then all that added pressure where you feel like I should be happy. Why am I not happy? And then that stuff comes about. And
I didn't know that, but that definitely makes sense.
It's crazy. I hated hearing that. And then I found out she was from North Carolina too, and I was like, oh no.
I know. It's so sad, and it honestly is shock. So unexpected. We'll move on from that conversation. I don't even know how to move on from that in a lighter note. I know.
But let's jump into moving to Charlotte and that transition from South Carolina. So you graduated from South Carolina. 4 years in college?
Yep.
Okay. You didn't have to get a master's in chemical engineering?
No, you don't have to start work. You can.
Wow.
It was not something I wanted.
Why South Carolina? I'm curious.
I visited NC State.
That's what I was about to ask you.
Yep.
NC State.
NC State, Virginia Tech, University of South Carolina, Clemson. And this is funny because, University of South Carolina and Clemson are big rivals.
Yes.
And I thought I was going to go to Clemson. I wanted to go so badly, went and toured there, went into the bathroom right before the tour started. I asked to go to the bathroom. She brought me to the bathroom, the tour guide. And the walls were purple with orange paw prints on them.
Yeah.
And I immediately walked out and said, I cannot go to school here, and we can just get in the car and go back. Because it was so not
that atrocious?
pleasing. It was that atrocious.
Okay, but it was just one bathroom, no? Or is all the bathrooms like this?
I don't know. But
I get it.
I just was like, I don't think I can.
You're in high school. Anything can turn you off at that point. Exactly. Like one thing, boom.
Yes. And now looking back, it seems stupid, but
destiny is destiny. Exactly.
Yes, it guided me to the University of South Carolina because my parents said,
yeah,
if we flew all the way here from New York, because we still lived in New York at the time, you're going to visit some schools in South Carolina. So they drove me to the University of South Carolina that day.
Wow.
And I visited and just fell in love with the campus. It's so beautiful.
Oh my God.
And I got to tour the engineering school. And
let's be honest here, was it because of Pavlov's bar? Or whatever.
Oh gosh, no. But that is like the last place on earth you ever want to go.
I've heard many stories from that place.
Trust me.
All like the fraternity kids and the sorority girls would tell me about that place.
There's 5 points is what it's called in
5 points.
Columbia.
That's right.
You don't want to go there.
Yeah. Did you ever join a sorority? You didn't.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No.
I'm proud of you.
Because thank you. I mean, I'm not against sororities at all. I just was studying chemical engineering and I was so busy.
Yeah, not that.
And I started competing in pageantry, and there was just no way I could do everything.
Right. Wow, that's interesting. I bet you were sought after though, because a lot of sororities are very superficial. So they see at least for recruiting. So they'll see a girl and they'll try to recruit you and stuff. So.
Oh well, if you saw me in college, you would not.
Really?
I was like a disaster.
No way.
All I did was study. I mean, my hair was always dirty. I was always in sweatpants, and I was just in the library with my Starbucks
I do not
studying.
Believe that.
Yeah, I was a nerd. I'm still a nerd.
No, I believe that. I believe the nerd side. I just don't believe that you looked like really bad or anything.
Well, thank you.
Because okay, so with the whole college lifestyle, pageantry, all this stuff, how were you able to make friends?
Yeah,
or anything.
That's why I did pageants.
Oh, okay,
that's why I kind of picked it back up in college because not that I felt like I didn't have friends, but all my friends were engineers. So it was like all I did was study and go to class, and then I hung out with my friends, and I love them to death because I'm a nerd too. But then you hang out with them, and all you do is talk about school. And I just was like, I need something other than school and engineering to talk about, and friends that are separate from this.
Right.
And then I started thinking, well, what can I do to start making friends and to start having connections outside of school? And thought about how I was first runner up, and was like, well, I'll try it.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. What's some nerdy facts about you? Speaking of you nerd, what's something that people don't know about?
I mean, I probably told. So people make fun of me because I love Disney. I'm kind of like
a Disney
adult.
You're a big
Harry
Disney nerd.
Potter.
Keep going. I'm gonna search up that Disney tier list.
Harry Potter. I'm a chemical engineer. I mean, everything about me is pretty nerdy.
I love that.
But at the same time, I love pageants. I love fashion. I love makeup. I'm not about fitting in a box.
So, okay, and this is I didn't ask Madison this, but obviously a big side of all women, but also not all women, a majority of women, and also pageantry especially. Makeup's a big focus as well.
Yeah.
Because you have to know how to do it. You have to make sure that you can do it well and all that. When did you dabble in the makeup world? Were you a late bloomer?
Yes.
Really?
I'm still not great.
Get out of here.
I'm not. No, I
Just
really.
being humble.
I just had a lesson 2 weeks ago now.
Yeah?
That was like my first actual lesson because I'm not that great at like the pageant, whole, like I didn't wear makeup in high school and I barely did in college. And
you barely did in college?
It was like I didn't really know what I was doing besides a few YouTube videos. I mean, I grew up wearing makeup. No. Cause he does like crazy makeup. Like I would watch like how to put on like eyeliner, like the most basic, the most basic thing. But I grew up wearing makeup because I competed in dance competitions. But that makeup is crazy too. My mom would do it. You wore like the sparkle eyeliner and the bright red lipstick because it's for stage.
Oh wow!
But regular everyday person makeup still not the best. That's not a makeup channel on YouTube is not in my future.
I'm shocked. That's funny. I'm shocked that that your experience was like that. I wouldn't have guessed that at all. That's awesome though. You seem like what's the term? You seem like if someone looked at you on paper and didn't know you at all, you're like, okay, like this is how I felt about you. Honestly, I was like, oh, I can see her winning. Because like she has a face for it. She's very model-esque. And then I learned about you and I was like, okay, so she is like completely different from what you would perceive a pageant girl to be. Yeah. Because typically, you know, not all, like Madison was also very different, but there are often times that you'll meet a pageant girl and they're cookie cutter. They're perfect for it.
Well, so one of my things that I really want to promote this year is Outside the Box. Is what it's called, Outside the Box. And
the box.
Yeah, it donates science kits to children in North Carolina. Doesn't
wow,
even
like
have
the
to
STEM?
be North Carolina. Yeah, STEM boxes. But the other side of that is being outside the box. I'm not a typical pageant girl, but I'm still Miss North Carolina. But that's okay. People expect you to be a certain way, and you don't have to be.
Wow.
And I want people to see that in me. I want to go speak at schools and have girls say, well, she's just like me, and she's Miss North Carolina.
Right.
Yeah, anyone can be Miss North Carolina.
Wow, that's awesome. I love that, actually. And also, especially with girls and women, because there's not a lot of them in STEM, which is...
There's not.
Yeah. And I can't... I don't know. I'm not the smart person here. You are, but I don't know if the reason for that is just happens to be that women typically don't gravitate towards those jobs, or is it because there's not enough opportunity for women?
Like, I think there's plenty of opportunity. I think there's not a lot of female role models for girls growing up. I don't think that they even realize it's a field that they can dabble in, or that there's something within that field that could even interest them. But I work with Project Scientist, and it's an after-school program for girls to teach them all the different sides of STEM, all the careers that they can go into, provides them with women in leadership in STEM fields so that they have that example and they don't think it's weird to be a woman in STEM. Right. You know, if you start at a young age showing girls, look, I'm a chemical engineer and it's not weird, then they'll just be like doing STEM and thinking it's normal one day. Hopefully that's the goal. I think you'll be a role model. You'd be a great role model. I think so far. And you know, I don't know how many young women will actually watch this podcast, but we'll see. When you were growing up, science was obviously your strong suit, I'm assuming? And math. Mostly math, honestly.
Math, okay. Yeah. Okay. What was your least?
History. Because I'm not... So history to me was memorization. It was remembering stories. I can't remember anything. Like math and science, you learn the logic behind math and you can never forget it. Right. It's not a memorization. I mean, some of it, but... I
think it's more applicable in life, too.
Anything that I have to memorize, I can't do.
Well, I mean, like, history's cool, but, like, just to talk about, and then after that, you're like, what can you do with it? There's not really anything, unless you're, like, a historian or something like that.
Yeah, so that was my worst.
What are your biggest long-term goals with life? And, like, so, like, going beyond, obviously, with this, you're going to take it as far as you go. You are going to win, you know, USA. And then,
I hope.
And as far as, but beyond that, with the chemical engineer, with anything life-wise, like, do you want to just take that career path as long as you can? You mentioned that, I think you mentioned that you don't want to go back to school, right? Or do you?
I would be open to going for my MBA. I just don't think that I think a master's is right for some people. For me, I don't think it would be worth the money. I'm still paying off my student loans. I have a ton of student loans.
Really?
So I don't want to gain more
How expensive was it at USC?
I have $100,000 in student loans.
Okay, so was that out of state or in state?
Out of state, because my parents were technically in North Carolina.
What's the per year there, or?
So it was about $25,000. It was about 12 a semester. For me, for out of state, but the in-state tuition is way, way better.
They F people up, bro.
College is very expensive.
Yeah, and it really messes people up because you you go to school to work to pay off school.
Yeah.
And in order
No,
to get a
for
better job,
sure.
sometimes you have to go back to school.
And one of the things I always tell people is college, I don't judge anyone for anything that they choose to do. If you don't go to college, I'm not going to be like, well, you're not worth anything. You should
Right.
There's so many opportunities. And like, if you can save money and you have a passion
Right.
that
None
you
of this
can
requires
pursue
college.
without college,
Right.
do it. I mean, it takes a long time to figure out what you want to do. My brother's
Wow.
16. He's starting to think about college, starting to think, he's like, I don't know what I want to do. I'm like, don't go start spending money when you have no idea.
Yeah. I regret not
time.
just doing like community college or something really cheap.
Yeah, I mean, try to do something. You don't want to just sit at home. You know,
Right.
I don't want people to not be goal oriented
Yeah.
driven, but I don't think college is the solution. I
For
think
everyone,
it just
no.
is pushed onto everyone in high school.
Yeah, they need to fix that. Or we, I guess, because we're
Yeah.
Americans. We need to fix that system.
Yeah.
That whole thing is a mess.
It is.
What's the communication like between Miss North Carolinas? Like, is there any? And-
yeah, I
okay.
think it's whatever you make of it. I reached out to Madison. I reached out to her last night and said,
Oh, that's awesome.
Hey, I'm doing the podcast tomorrow. You know, how was it? And
What'd she say about me?
she just said, I said, do I have to prepare anything? And she said, no, just a casual conversation.
Literally.
And, I think we're going to go get lunch in the next few weeks when we can find a day. We're
Fun.
both so busy. I know. But it's just it's whatever you make of it. But
Yeah.
it really is a sisterhood. All of the girls before me
Uh-huh.
have reached out to me and congratulated me and said, oh, if you're ever in it's very, very supportive. When
Yeah.
you're in the family, you're in the family.
I love that. That's very sisterhood. I love that. And so in the future, when the time comes where there's another one, whenever there is another one, what is the process like for passing it down? Do you know?
The night that they win, you put the crown on their head. And
To give them
now
the
it's
social
theirs.
media
And
there you go.
the next morning they get the social media login and it's them.
Wow.
But I mean, whoever comes after me, I want to be, even if I had never met them before,
Yeah.
I want them to know that I'm a resource for them because no
Right.
one knows what they're about to walk into except someone who's walked in their
That's
shoes before.
100%
It's
true.
such a unique experience that if they ever need something, I want them to know. I'll answer the phone any time of the day, any time of the
Right.
night. If you need
That's
lunch,
awesome.
if you need help, I'm here for you. And the girls before me have given me that, and it's
Aw,
been so
that's great.
worthwhile. Yeah.
I wonder if it's like that across all pageantries, or is it just North
You
Carolina?
always get some girls,
Yeah.
I mean, just like in anything, it's not just in pageantry. Even in your career, there's always someone at work who doesn't want to be
That's
a helpful
true.
person. But the majority of pageants, I've never had a bad experience ever.
Interesting.
Majority
That's really good.
of pageants, the girls are super, super supportive.
I have a really random question that popped up on my mind. What was your first ever job?
I worked at Dunkin' Donuts when I was
Really?
16
Fun.
until I graduated high school, so 2.5
Wow.
years. And it's my favorite job to this day.
No way. What's your
Because-
favorite thing to get?
It was so
Oh, go ahead.
fast paced. No, you're fine. Well, so I don't like Dunkin' Donuts here. In the South, it's completely different, and it's
It's a New York
disgusting.
thing. I noticed
Yes.
that.
I get Starbucks now that I live here, but when I go home to
Why?
New York, I honestly drink black coffee, so I don't
Okay.
spend money on black coffee. I just use my Keurig. I only get Starbucks. Like today, I was driving, so I stopped and got a coffee.
What did you
But
get at Starbucks though?
Today? I actually got a latte because I needed
Okay, that's fair.
something to get me.
But
going.
I have a question. Have you ever tried their black coffee? Just
At Starbucks?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I drink
You
it all the
like
time.
it?
Oh, I love it. Oh my God. I do. But I love
Morgan, I thought we were about
black
to be
coffee.
best friends.
I know.
And I thought we were about to be homies.
But listen, I'm Italian. My
No,
dad.
no. That should be more reason because
I know that's true. You want quality.
So here's a funny story. My girlfriend came on this podcast for like my 6th episode
Mm-hmm.
or something, right? And this was when we were like maybe like 4 or 5 months into dating.
Mm-hmm.
And she had always been a Starbucks person. Like not always, like she loves like local coffee chains, but
Mm-hmm.
if you're talking like Starbucks versus Dunkin', she was Starbucks.
Yeah.
And I did a blind taste test just to see what and I compared it with McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, like garbage, right?
Yeah.
And she ranked that the worst, Starbucks.
Oh my gosh.
Because and this is my theory. You might be an anomaly. The fact that you said that you can drink their black coffee regularly,
Yeah.
you're an anomaly.
I like
but I love coffee. I'm like a huge caffeine addict, but when I had Starbucks coffee for the first time black, I was like, "Whoa, this is completely different than what I expected." it to me, it tastes very different. It's strong, but it tastes weird to me. And I'm shocked that you like it.
Which there's a lot of local coffee shops have black coffee.
Places.
But see, I can't. There's something weird. They all have the same
Really?
taste to me, and I don't like it.
I'm the opposite. Starbucks
So
has that.
it has to be a specific taste that I guess that we have.
All right. Favorite coffee order ever? Like you anywhere, they can ship it to you, whatever you want. You wake up the next morning. What are you getting? Brand and like type of coffee.
Okay, this is hard because I drink black coffee. It's so boring. Most of the time,
Is Starbucks the best one?
Black coffee. Well, I do the Starbucks K-Cups, but let me tell you this.
Those are good.
The Starbucks K-Cups are completely different than the
night and day.
Starbucks, what you get. So every single morning, I mean, eyes not even open, like pajamas on in the morning, the first thing I do is that.
Right.
So I would probably say that, but I love a good latte, and I'm also huge into matcha.
Oh, you're big into matcha?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So
their matcha is good.
Yeah,
at
they
Starbucks.
have
They actually have
decent
pretty good matcha.
But so I would say if I was gonna like switch it up and be fancy, like a good quality matcha with a good quality almond milk.
Yeah. Have you ever had boba?
Like the popping bubbles?
Or just any. Boba is a broad term. The actual term of boba is like the black balls, tapioca pearls. But boba is like any of those drinks.
Yeah. I've had the tea that you get they come at the bottom. Yeah. I've had those.
Okay. Interesting.
But it's okay.
Yeah, I can tell by the way that you're saying. You're like, I don't really like that much. I was only asking that because you're in Charlotte, and Charlotte has a ton of those places. Charlotte's a little hot spot for Asian food.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Interesting fact about coffee. I did not know you were one of those types.
Yeah. Oh, I love coffee. Black. I have a serious dependency on coffee.
Yeah, I actually want to ask you about that because when you first came here, you said that you literally just finished drinking coffee on the drive here, and it's currently 8 p.m. You drove here at like, what, 5?
Yeah, 5.
How do you drink it this late? Are you able to sleep?
Yeah, it doesn't affect me that much. I got a small one, I will say that. But I think
that's still like a lot.
I built it up in college, just so much caffeine constantly. Doesn't do it.
Have you ever gone like cold turkey?
No, and I never could. I would have such a bad headache, and I would kill someone.
That would be the funniest, like Instagram reel or like even a YouTube vlog or something where you just try going cold turkey.
I've not had coffee in the morning, and I have the worst headache.
Yeah.
It's like the worst feeling. I can't even focus.
Interesting.
On the day.
Have you ever cheated on coffee and gone with a different caffeine? Well, matcha, but other than that,
I'm not into. A lot of people do like energy drinks, Red Bull, the Alani News are really popular. A lot of people drink those at my work. I'm just not into that stuff. But I don't like sweet.
Really?
Like I like
you told me about that
things, but I don't like super sweet drinks. So I can't do a lot of those energy drinks because it's just like it feels it genuinely all I can think the whole time is that like I'm getting a film over my teeth.
You're so funny, dude.
I can't.
Can I say something? I think you're freaking hilarious because the way that you think about certain things is very funny. No, but I like that. And the thing I really have to commend you on is the fact that you're so different from a lot of the girls I've met because of the chemical engineering, because of all that. And I think if you do your brows or whatever with my sister, you guys will really hit it off because my sister is a boss bitch. Like she is like, fuck. Like every time I talk to her, sometimes I'm just like, how do you do all this stuff? And you have that kind of similar mentality because you're doing like 8 things at the same time.
Yeah.
And I think you guys will be like just a dominant force.
I can't wait to meet her.
Yeah. Okay. A few more things, then we'll go into the tier list. We'll react to this video, and I think that's all I have you for, honestly. Do you have anything, by the way?
I don't think so.
You're
I want to make
amazing.
sure. I want to get everything on your list that you want to know.
Yeah, we've done most of it. I want to do a Q&A with some. Well, it has to be shortened because what is that?
Did you get a lot of questions?
I got a lot of the same thing, and it's literally Daniel. You're gonna hate this. I'm sure you know where this is going.
Is she single?
So I posted an Instagram story. This is coming out a week after, but I posted a story and I was like, "Hey guys, ask her anything." And I've done that with some guests, especially like big names.
Yeah.
And literally, like I would say, I think I got 20 questions, and I think like 17 of them, or like 15. I'd say 15. I didn't count.
Yeah.
But majority of them were all pertaining, if you were single, if you would ever go out with them, or like how do one of the people I know told me to put a picture up of this other guy and be like, what do you think about him? I was just like, what?
Okay.
And I was just like, yeah, I'm not gonna do that, especially because we stand Daniel on this podcast.
We do stand Daniel. So
But
no, I'm not single.
Do you
Sorry.
get that a lot? Do you get DM'd a lot by guys?
Not at
Okay,
all.
that's
and
good.
a lot of people asked me that. They said, oh, when you won Miss North Carolina, I'm sure so many guys were hitting you up and they want to. No, not at all.
Really? Wow.
No, I was like, wow. That's sad. Maybe I'm
That,
really
I mean,
not
that's like, I don't know if it's because like, I don't know that, but the phenomenon of like that whole idea, because if you're a bodybuilder, and I know this because I have friends that are in this industry as well, if you're in the male aesthetic industry, like bodybuilding, the most of the DMs you're gonna get is from guys.
Yeah, for sure.
It's so weird.
And that's mine. Me too. I post something, all the DMs are just, girl, where'd you get that dress from? I
Right,
love
right,
that
right.
dress. Where's this lipstick color from? Oh, your hair looks so pretty. I mean, that's all that I get.
It's so weird from like even my own fan base, like I think it's like 60-something% is male, and like most of the DMs that I get are from guys or from gay guys, which I love. You guys keep DMing me, makes me feel good about myself.
Yeah.
All right, so I do have a few questions though. I picked a few that were actually like from my Instagram that
Okay.
you guys asked that are actually I think would be good questions to ask. What inspired you? I forgot who asked this. What inspired you to be on the path that you currently are on? Like, what inspired you to do, whether it's the engineering path or also the pageantry
Yeah.
path?
I think in life I've had a lot of luck and I've had a lot of things that have put me on this path that it was meant for me, but at the time I didn't expect.
Right.
So pageantry, what put me on the path was my mom made me write this essay for college applications and I was miserable. I remember sitting there writing it, complaining the whole time.
Wow.
So it wasn't a path that I ever expected to be on. I actually thought I remember saying, pageants are stupid. I'm not a pageant girl. I'm not, I mean, you even said, I was like, I don't fit that. Like, no.
Yeah.
And it kind of put me on this path that I needed to be on, but I didn't expect. And same with engineering. I never took an engineering class in high school. I took AP Chem, and my chemistry teacher, I told her I loved it. And maybe I would be interested in doing chemistry in college. And she said, I don't see your personality doing chemistry because it's a lot of lab work and you're very social and outgoing and extroverted. So maybe you should try chemical engineering. And I honestly didn't know anything about it. And I just kind of checked the box and expected to change my major. I said, I'll try it, but I'm probably going to change my major. I wanted to be a lawyer originally.
Oh,
my freshman
wow.
year.
Really?
So I was like, I'm sure I'll change to
I could see
criminal
that.
justice or something along those lines after my first year. I'm just going
Right.
to feel it out. And I ended up loving it and being way more interested in it than I ever expected. And I love my career and I
Wow.
love the path that I've gone on, but it's not what I ever saw for my life ever. So it's just been people along the way that have shaped me, changed me, and I'm open to things. I'm not hard-headed. I'm not
Right.
going to say, well, I know what's best for me, because
Right,
sometimes
right,
you don't, and you need to listen to other people.
Wow. I love that answer. That was very in-depth and that's very, not strategic, but like a very precise answer. And I like that a lot. I agree with it too. And the thing is, a lot of people think that they have to have life figured out at a certain time or something, but like things can come, like for instance, with you where you weren't even expecting that you would like chemical engineering.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, you're getting into it. When you were a kid, this is my own question. When
Yeah.
you were a kid, what did you envision yourself to be? When you, like, let's say like before you were a teenager, like
Yeah.
really young.
A lawyer. I always
Lawyer,
thought that-
wow.
Well, I thought I'd be a lawyer probably when I was like 7 or 8 when I knew what that was. Before
Why?
that, I always wanted to be an actress.
But why?
I don't know. My mom always used to watch Law and Order and all those shows, and I would just see it on the TV, and I was
Right.
like, I could do that. I love to argue with people.
That's
like,
what it always
yeah,
is.
Yeah, and I found it interesting, and I still find it interesting. I
Wow.
like to read about different cases and things just on my own free time, but I before that thought I was going to be an actress, and I used to practice impressions, which
Really?
I'm awful. I can't even do a British accent. Like I get everything
No.
confused. No, I'm terrible.
You can't do any impressions.
No.
So I can't ask you.
No. I mean, I could try. It would be so bad and so embarrassing that your
I totally
followers-
want to ask you, but I don't want to make you do that.
It's bad.
Okay.
But I remember I used to ask my mom,
Yeah.
let me practice this because I'm going to be an actress. And you know what I used to get all the time that made me want to be an actress, especially when I was probably in my teenage years.
Okay.
That I look exactly like Natalie Portman. And I still get it all the time.
Hold up. I know how she looks, but I need to like really like envision it. So I'm about to screen record my screen so everybody can see. We're gonna start a new screen recording. Oop. 3, 2, 1, and we are recording. Let's pull up Natalie Portman.
Okay.
I have videos pulled up. Natalie Portman. Okay, I'm gonna do a side-by-side comparison here. I love Natalie, by the way. Her work on Black Swan was amazing, and
I
also
love
Star
her,
Wars.
And yeah, I was just
Okay, hold up. I'm gonna look at both of you guys. I feel like this is such a judgmental thing, but
that's okay. No, I get this all the time though.
I can see it. I can see it. I think you guys. I think it's the facial, like the shape
Yeah.
is the most accurate, and then you guys have similar lips.
Yeah.
Her color is different, but the shape is the same. That's interesting.
Yeah.
So, would you ever do acting?
Oh, I'm a terrible. No. It's so bad. It's the thing that I thought I wanted to be is actually the thing I'm the worst at.
Oh no!
I've tried. I've just been in my room like, okay, I'm gonna like see if I can like kind of do it. Like it's awful.
Have you ever tried doing casting?
No, but I don't think I ever should.
Why not? Why not try just to try it?
Maybe I could do like acting. They do like lessons, right?
Yeah, they do lessons.
Yeah,
They have a lot in. Actually, Charlotte's got a pretty good network. I'm looking into that right now. Actually, that's really cool.
Really?
Yeah.
Very cool.
I got addicted ever since. So things have been booming for me this past year, where I got to shoot in Hollywood for I Can See Your Voice, episode 8 of of the second season. And I met Ken Jeong, the guy from The Hangover, the Asian guy. He actually grew up in North Carolina, Greensboro, actually. Really? And then, it was crazy. I met some famous people in that. But then I got on the Comedy Central's The Daily Show.
Okay.
I had a small segment on that. And then it's just a little bit of, I don't know, I guess it's, what is it called? Arrogant of me? Or no, cocky of me to want to see myself on air and
Okay,
stuff.
that's not cocky. That's incredible. I
Yeah,
mean, the presence of a celebrity.
No, I wish one day. So because of that, I was like, all right, I want to be on TV again. However, I don't want to do the same thing, be on a game show and stuff. And also, it's really hard to be on a game show twice. So now I'm like, what's my next way of doing something? And my next project is gonna be stand-up comedy. I want to try. I just want to see what I can do.
Yeah.
I want the feeling of bombing, which is like just doing terrible. I want that. I'm like addicted to like not rejection, but like the challenge.
I love that.
I want that, and then also acting, because acting's so hard.
So hard.
Yeah. What's your favorite TV shows, movies?
Okay, I'm pretty basic. I don't even
Hit me
want
with
to tell
it.
you because you can judge me. I love like Friends, The Office, Seinfeld.
Oh, The Office.
I know. Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't even realize that. But yeah, I mean, I'm like basic. I watch like the basic shows that everyone watches. Honestly, I haven't watched TV in like
Yeah, I was about to
2
say you don't have
months.
time.
I really, really haven't. And if I do, I watch things I've already seen because I don't really have to focus on
Yes.
it. The last thing I actually sat down and watched and loved was The Morning Show.
Okay.
With Jennifer Aniston and Steve
I've
Carell
heard of it. I
on
know
Apple
about
TV.
it. Yeah.
It's really good.
I would say, if based off of the list that you just gave me, shows. Well, you don't have the time, but shows that I would recommend, it would be Modern Family. Mm-hmm. Have you ever seen that?
I've seen just like if it's on TV, a random episode.
That show, if you actually like.
That's Sofia Vergara.
Yes, and it gives me vibes of like, I want to say The Office, but it's the same level of comedy, like how funny it is.
Yeah.
Office is the best though. But it gives me vibes of like Parks and Rec, The Office, that type of style.
Oh, I've seen Parks and Rec. Not my favorite.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
It's same writers as The Office.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. I would say I think you would like Modern Family, and then also Ted Lasso.
Oh, I've seen the first episode on an airplane. They only had the first episode, and it was so good. And then I was
So
like,
good.
well, now I have to go get
You need to watch it at some point.
an Apple TV subscription.
I'll just
They
give you
tease
an illegal website for you if you ever.
Great.
Right. Okay. Another question that I got from a follower was advice for girls looking to get into pageantry. And I'm assuming younger girls, but I don't know.
No, yeah. I think the thing is, and this is really, okay, I'm going to give you a basic answer and a not so basic answer.
Facts.
One is, the basic answer is stay true to yourself, because everybody says that and then nobody does. But I think that is the most important thing, because if you're not true to yourself and you're not unique, I think I won because I was true to myself and I was unique, and I went in the interview room and they can read through fakeness. They can read through when it's coached, and when someone told you give this answer to this thing, they know. They're not, they can pick up on vibes and energy and personality. So genuinely stay true to yourself and embrace your uniqueness, because it is sometimes a positive thing. So that's the basic answer. The not so basic answer that I carried with me all through pageantry is an Olympic swimmer doesn't look in the lanes next to them. And I treat pageantry like an Olympic sport. And that doesn't mean if you're not looking in the lanes next to you, that doesn't mean you have to be mean or standoffish or give into that stereotype of like pageant girls that don't support one another.
Right.
You can be supportive of other people, but focus on yourself, because it's really easy when you're competing with a lot of different girls to compare yourself and I'm not as pretty, I'm not as smart. Oh, she's a chemical engineer, and she went to school to Harvard. Anything, no matter what it is, it's really, really easy to compare yourself, and you cannot do that in pageantry. That will be your demise, because you will not be confident in who you are.
I love that answer. I love the analogy of not looking.
Yeah. You have to just focus. Exactly. The second you lose focus on yourself is when you lose. Yeah. You need to just work on being your best one arm. And I would genuinely tell myself backstage, like, one arm in front of the other, just like go out there and do your personal best. Right. Like, I can't control what the girl before me and the girl after me are going to do, or what they have done, or what they're wearing. I can only focus on myself.
Wow. That was a really great answer. I feel like you almost have been asked that already, because that was so like
a little bit, but
perfect.
that is my
awesome.
motto in pageantry, and that's what I tell everyone. I've had people ask me, "Oh, how can I be successful?" And that's what I tell them. The key is to focus on yourself.
I mean, a lot of people say that just in different ways, but I love that. That's a really good answer, and it's good for everyone, depending on the field, regardless of the field that you're in. Yeah. I have one more question and some stuff but I gotta go to the bathroom. So
okay, go ahead.
You need to go?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
We're almost done.
No, you're good.
You gotta be up at 6, girl.
That's okay. No, it's completely okay.
All right, I'm back, and also I just brought up the question: what time do you wake up usually?
Normally, like 6 o'clock.
Oh my god.
Well, I have to be to work at 8, and my drive is like 45 minutes with traffic in the morning, and if I don't have breakfast, it's just not a good day.
Oh, so you live on the outside of Charlotte?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
By which direction? Like Mooresville or?
Yeah. So near like Concord. I'm not good.
Oh, I know Concord. I know. You're good. I know Concord. So you're actually kind of closer to here. That side of it.
It's closer for me to go from here to home rather than to work. Yeah.
That is crazy. If I ever told you what time I wake up, you would judge me.
What time? Now I need to know. Are you gonna say like 11 p.m.?
11 to 12.
Or a.m.
I sleep at 4 or 5, and I sleep and wake up because I usually am editing, and I'm just like.
No, and we talked about that before in COVID, because Daniel would do the same thing. He'd stay up till 4 o'clock in the morning. He would do his homework at 4 o'clock in the morning.
COVID was another level.
Yeah, and then wake up at like 2 o'clock. But he was like, I'm sleeping the same amount of time and doing the same amount of work as other people, so why do you judge me? I was like, I
like him.
Okay, I guess that's true.
I need to meet this guy.
So now I don't judge.
He looks like a legend. I feel like he's a legend. I don't know him well yet, but that's awesome. And also, how long have you guys been dating?
About almost 3 years.
3 years?
Yeah.
Damn, we can learn something from you guys, because I'm a year and a half.
Yeah.
Like halfway. Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, last question that I got from Instagram. What were your preparations like for the pageant wait, hold up. What were your preparations like for the pageant this year compared to previous years that you've done pageant?
So
Oh, yeah, because you competed multiple and just this one, and also
South Carolina. Mm-hmm. The biggest thing for me this year, all the past years, I really focused on, I don't want to say the superficial aspects of the pageant, because all phases of competition are important, but I would focus on what gown am I going to wear, and practicing my walk and making sure my body was perfect, my interview was perfect, like my competition was perfect. And this year, I just told myself, if you do win, what do you want to do with this year? What do you want this year to look like? What kind of impact do you want to make? And I really focused on that instead of being so hard on myself about competing and the phases of competition. And that's, of course, the year that I won.
Hey, because you really focused on your...
No, but yeah,
That's awesome.
it's important to know that if you're given the opportunity, what you want to do with it.
Yeah.
And I focused on that a lot this year, and I might not have been given it, and I was okay with that.
Oh, wow, that's
but
awesome.
you can't... I just didn't put so much pressure on myself, and I told myself, which I had it in the past, if I don't win, like, it's okay. It's perfectly okay.
Yeah.
You have so much going for you that it's okay if you don't win. And that was the first time I genuinely believed that, and that's when I won.
Good mentality. I believe the person who asked me that question, I don't have it pulled up, but I believe she was a pageant girl, and also I think it was Miss Guilford County, which is around Greensboro area.
Oh, okay.
So I just remembered that. Okay, last things. I'm trying to think if there's any other. Okay, we got that. Got that. Yeah, I think we got everything that I wanted to ask. So I have this video pulled up.
Okay.
I think you know this video.
I think I know this video too.
I just wanted to react to it because I didn't get to do this with Madison when she was here. Oh, let me raise the volume. Oh no, the volume is not on this. Let me flip it over here.
I
real
think
quick.
I don't know how many views because my eyesight's bad, but I think I'm all the views on this because I've watched it a million times.
That's funny. Hold up. All right, I think we can hear it now. Or not. What's going on? I thought I got this figured out. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, you're good.
We can drink our smoothies in the meantime. Okay, sound. Sorry, guys. We're having technical difficulties. Oh, output. There we go. Output is the roadcaster.
USA 2022 is Queen City Morgan Romano.
Oh, my God. What was the first thing that got into your mind the moment that they said your name here? What was the first, like, instant?
Completely blacked out.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy. Madison
really
said that too.
You don't remember. It's not like, oh my God, I just won. It's nothing. I felt like I could just pass out. I just blacked out. But I was standing there and not expecting him to say Queen City at all. So when he did, I mean, you can see I was completely shocked.
How many girls compete in this?
There was, in Miss this year, I think there was 45 of us. And then I can't remember.
Why? Completely forgot to ask this. Why did you choose the Miss USA route versus the Miss America route?
Yeah.
What was your decision on that?
So Miss America no longer has swimsuit. And they have talent, and Miss USA does not have talent, but they have swimsuit.
Are you saying you're not talented?
Well, I was a really competitive dancer,
right.
and I have done America and competed in talent, and I'm honestly just old. Like, I can't dance anymore because it's been a really long time, and I think I would die if I tried to dance it's only 90 seconds, but still. But I just, I like the way that the USA organization is going. They are more, I think America kind of puts you in that box that I tried to break out of we're a scholarship organization. We don't wear swimsuits. We're not glamorous. We're not pageants. We're a competition. And I'm like, I want to do a pageant. I want to be glamorous and I want to wear a swimsuit, but I also want to be a chemical engineer. So I felt like I aligned more with Miss USA.
What is the age range typically of the people that are competing in these?
For Miss, it's 19 to 27.
Okay.
I think. Oh, man. Someone's going to quote me on that.
No. I mean, don't give
me.
her...
And I'm pretty sure the teen is 15 to 18.
Okay.
It might be 14.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah.
All right, let's finish this.
Queen City Morgan Romano.
That's so awesome. Oh, look at you. I hate to point this out, but look at look at everyone behind you. I'm dead. There's so many mixed views. Some are like, whoa. And then some are just like, ugh, that wasn't me.
They just want to get off that stage.
Right. Which I get.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Their feet hurt.
Who's she?
She is Miss North Carolina teen.
Oh.
Gabby Ortega. Yeah. So she's my
Awesome.
teen. Isn't she so cute?
That's so awesome.
Love her. Yeah.
Is she Hispanic and black?
She is
She's really pretty skinny.
Hispanic.
Okay. She has a really pretty skin. Oh,
Yeah,
there's Madison.
She is. You want to know something funny? A lot of people think I'm Hispanic. Ever since I won,
Really?
I've gotten that all the time. I don't know.
Okay.
I guess I have a good spray.
In
tan.
there, I was about to say, in there, I could see it. In here,
No.
eh,
Yeah.
I could see that you're Italian. I could see
Yeah.
that you're Italian and rooted. Like, you're not just like straight, just pure American rooted. Like, you got a little bit of like flavor, but
Yeah.
I couldn't see Hispanic here, but I could see it in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The dark, you know.
Yeah.
They get you real dark for
So
the stage.
speaking of that, what is that like? Like, you have to get spray tan, makeup.
Makeup,
Do you have a
hair.
team for all that, or?
Yeah. So I got my spray tan from my girl Bronze Banana.
Okay.
And Austin Rye did my hair and makeup. So and everyone uses someone different. It's whoever
Yeah.
you want. You know, you start to develop people that you
Right.
trust and
In your
build
team.
connections. Yeah, and build your team and your support and
Yeah, that's awesome, dude.
yeah.
God, you must have been so happy.
Oh my gosh, it still hasn't sunk in. Even
Yeah.
to watch this, that's what I'm saying. I'm the only one who's viewed this. All the views are me
That's
because
what I would
watch
do.
this and I'm just like, me? It's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird.
So after this, you would be done from pageantry, right? Just
Yeah.
this like that's how everyone is, right?
Yeah.
You get that one, and then if you however far it goes, and then that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. So I have one more pageant, one more chance, one more prep time.
Do you feel like Eminem in 8 Mile? Have you ever seen that movie?
No, I haven't. But I like I've never
Yeah,
sat down
yeah.
and watched it, but
Gotcha.
I know, you know. But no, yeah.
Wow,
lot.
that's crazy. You got one shot.
It's a lot. It's not. I'm trying to not make it be a lot of pressure, and it's not from other people. It's just on me because I'm like, it's my last
You
time. I have to be the
chemical
best ever.
engineering. You have all these other things ahead of you.
No,
And
for sure.
influencing too, if you ever wanted to do that.
Yeah.
I can see that you would be good at it. All right, last thing we're gonna do, I believe. Do you have any questions?
I'm good.
Yeah, I think I got everything.
We got it all.
Yeah, you did great. Let's
This was
do
so
this last
fun.
thing. Thank you. I try to make it as casual. All right, I got a tier list here pulled up.
Okay.
It has all the Disney princesses. I think I'm not sure.
Okay.
And we're gonna rank them. Let's make this. We can leave it at this. So S will be like the best of the best, like cream of the crop, just
I know.
top tier.
Okay.
Then A, B, C, and D. Okay.
Okay.
And I'm actually just gonna let you rank them, and then I'll just say my opinions.
Okay.
But I'll let you rank them. So first, who is she?
Okay. I don't know who that is.
I don't either. Does that make me a bad person? We'll skip.
Don't know.
Okay, I know this is Alice. North
Yeah.
Carolina. I'll put it right here, but you could put it where would you put Alice and why?
Okay. I like her. She's not the top tier, but she's not the worst.
Would
In
you give
the
her
middle. Let's give her
a B?
Let's give her a B.
Okay, so Alice in Wonderland B. Fun fact, I've never seen Alice in Wonderland.
It's well. There's so many renditions of it now.
Never seen any of them.
There's like live actions. Yeah.
Right.
No, but the original one is really good. But
Okay.
see, I don't consider her. I could maybe move her in the C because I don't consider her a princess.
All right, we're throwing her to C.
But
Yeah,
I
I
like
don't
her.
either.
I
Is this
like her.
even
I
a
just don't
princess?
think she's a
It
princess.
says princess. Interesting.
Tierlist, okay.
Interesting. Okay, Ariel. She's a princess.
Okay, she's my top at the top. She's my favorite princess.
She's your favorite? Really? I
Yeah.
love Ariel. Ariel's great.
I love her. So she's definitely.
I
in
love
that.
the show. Back in like old Disney where she had a TV show, The Little Mermaid.
Yeah,
All right, so this is
Belle.
Belle. Yes.
She's
I
an
love
S.
Belle.
She's an S.
S also okay.
She's an OG.
Do you like the story of Beauty and the Beast?
I think it's weird, but I will say she's another wonderful example of beauty and brain. So we stand.
That's
Belle.
true. That's true. We stand. We
love
stand. We
Belle.
stand. This is Cinderella. Is
She's
it?
an OG, so she's an S. I won't have that many S's. I think I
She's
only
like,
see.
I love Disney so much,
only
guys.
see like a few that I would put in an S, but it's them. But poor Cinderella.
I didn't
oh my
like
gosh.
Cinderella's story that much.
What?
Yeah.
She's the greatest comeback. Rags to riches.
Okay, I agree that the rags to riches part, but the reason I don't like Cinderella so much is because the story to me is a little like not artificial, superficial, I guess, because the goal for her to me was like getting a guy.
I get that.
And I was just kind of like, it could have been more.
I
Could have been
get
more.
that.
Where Ariel, you know, she has her whole
Her own
sea life and all
yeah.
that. But yeah,
We want an
she's cool, though.
independent woman.
Exactly.
I feel that.
Elsa.
Okay, well,
Have you seen
she's
Frozen?
A C. Yeah, I've seen it
Okay,
a lot.
she's a C.
She annoys me. So.
Why is that?
She's
Just
not
curious.
my favorite. She's kind of mean to her sister.
I agree.
And if I have to hear "Let It Go" ever again, I'll just no.
Did you like the movie? Frozen?
I love the movie, and
the
I
movie.
love Anna, but I think Elsa's kind of mean.
I agree. I watched it with my niece when she was 4, and this was when she couldn't really focus on movies.
Yeah.
And so I ended up watching it more than her. And
Yeah.
I actually was like, wow, this is really good.
Yeah, it's a great movie, but I think she kind of figures it out. And have you seen Frozen 2?
No, I haven't.
She's better in Frozen 2.
Okay.
But
Okay.
if we're just gonna go off her, she's a C.
I don't know who this is.
I think she's from Hunchback of Notre Dame, but
Yes.
I don't know much about her to
All right,
rank
we'll just
her.
keep it here. Do you know who this is?
I don't know who that is.
I don't either. We're so bad.
Okay,
Okay, Jasmine.
Jasmine's probably a B.
Yeah, Jasmine's
I like
Jasmine's
her.
cool.
She's
chill.
cool. She's definitely better than a C, but she's no like S category.
I liked Aladdin. Aladdin was cool. The
I love
genie was cool.
Aladdin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who is this? Ice person.
Oh, I think she's from like Treasure Island or something.
Do you
but
know this?
We won't rank her.
Okay.
Okay,
she's from Hercules.
Yeah, Meg. She's an A. I love her.
She's very funny. All right, we got Moana.
She's
right?
an A. I love Moana.
I just know the music. I haven't seen it, and I know the Rock's in it.
Yeah, he's good. He
yeah, I
has
heard.
good music in it.
Okay, we got
Brave.
Brave.
Merida. She's a B. She's okay.
She's the Archer girl, right?
Yes.
Was it a good movie?
Bows and Arrow. That's one of the only Disney movies I've actually only seen one time, like not
wait.
multiple. I know. I've seen all of them like multiple, but I've seen it one time and I feel like I have focused and it's not my favorite.
I get that.
It's not that popular.
Pocahontas.
I would say she's a B. She's pretty, well, maybe she's a C. She kind of annoys me sometimes.
I feel that.
It
Also,
sounds like these are real people.
whoa, I have to bring this up. The Disney. Okay, I love Disney, and I love what they're doing, especially with Marvel. Like I'm a big Marvel guy.
I love Marvel.
You do?
I love the Disney princesses. I mean, my phone case is princesses, but I'm big into Marvel.
Really? I love Marvel. We should have done Marvel tier list. But I watched every single one. There's not a single one I haven't missed. But what I'll say about Disney and their princesses is some of their stories, especially the really old ones, are a little fucked up.
Oh, they're misogynistic.
Like the real story of Pocahontas is really like the real story.
Yeah, no.
Historically.
Yeah,
it's really
historically
messed up.
Yeah.
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 Who's this? Rapunzel?
Yeah, she's
Yes.
an A. I have you seen Tangled?
I haven't seen it.
It's really good.
Yeah, I heard my girlfriend raves about it.
It's really good.
I'll watch that. I know Rapunzel's story in like folktale.
Yeah.
This is the
That's
frog.
Tiana, and
Yes,
she's
Tiana.
an S. She's an S.
I haven't seen that either.
My favorite Disney princess. I always say Ariel, but I mean Tiana's really close second.
I will
for
put them
me.
next to each other.
That movie, Princess and the Frog,
Was it good?
so good.
Really?
Best music.
God, I need to watch more of these. I've only seen like half of these. All right, we got Snow White.
Okay. Well,
I'm very indifferent about
she's
her.
definitely she's the first one. So she's an
Oh,
A.
she was the first one?
Yeah.
Really?
The first, and Walt Disney like made her herself do her an A,
What?
maybe an
A?
A.
Okay.
But her story's so old. It's
Classic.
hard to watch Snow White because it's just so old.
Yeah.
Like it and that movie's like 40 minutes long.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
'Cause
God, I've seen it in forever.
Yeah.
Who do we have here? Blonde girl. I don't know her.
I don't know who that is either.
All right, we're skipping. Anna. Is Anna considered a princess?
She is, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
She's an S, I think. I
loved Anna.
She's sweet.
I agree. Mulan.
Mulan, oh gosh, she's an A. I love her.
Mulan's a badass. And then I don't know who this last person is.
She's from, I think, Tarzan.
She is. Oh, she's the love interest in Tarzan.
Yeah.
What is her name?
But I don't know much
her name.
about her. Is it Jane?
Jane. It is Jane. You're way better than me. That was one of my favorite movies growing up too. I
Yeah.
can't believe I don't know
We
that.
can put her as a C.
Okay, this is the final list. Are you happy with this?
I'm very happy with that.
I am too.
I knew that'd be my list.
What's your favorite animated movie of all time? Any animated movie? Would it be?
I love Little Mermaid so much. It's just like my comfort.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's like the
Beyond
hardest
Disney
questions.
too, though.
Beyond Disney.
Like you got Pixar, you got
I know, because when you said that, I started thinking, I'm like, oh, I love the Toy Stories.
Toy Story's good. Yeah,
Pixar's.
Toy Story's really good.
But you know, Wall-E. That's gonna be my
Wall-E's
answer.
an interesting choice.
Wall-E
Rare one.
is very deep, even though it's animated and
Yeah.
it's
Definitely
technically a
deep.
children's movie. The concepts in it are very deep and
That's how I felt
very
about Up.
very well done. Yeah,
Up is-
Up too.
I-
Up is sad.
Girl, the first 8 minutes, I was
Sad.
bawling.
Awful.
I
Terrible.
was in the theaters
know.
just like, why would they do this to me?
I know, but yeah, no. So I'm gonna go with Wall-E for that.
Yeah, I get that. I liked The Amazing Spider-Man. I watched that recently too, and I was like, whoa, this is like an amazing kids movie.
Did you see Spider-Man: No Way Home?
Hell, yeah, that was amazing. One top 3 Marvel movie.
So, yeah.
What's
I
your
mean,
favorite
it
Marvel
might be
movie?
my all-time favorite is Iron Man, and there's just
Iron Man 1?
Yeah, it's
That's my
just
top 5.
Not gonna be replaced.
Yeah.
But that's Spider-Man: No Way Home's too. It was
really good.
Good.
I would say like my all-time, if we had to do any Marvel movie, I'm gonna have to say Shang-Chi.
Oh.
And then I'm gonna put maybe
It was so,
No Way Home,
Yeah.
Infinity War, then Iron Man.
I
But yeah.
know. I love Infinity War. I hate Endgame just because
Really?
it's sad. No,
Yeah.
I love the movie.
Yeah.
But it just makes me sad because
Yeah.
I didn't want the Avengers to end.
Oh, I see what you're saying with like the whole
Yeah.
Especially, so you're an Iron Man fan then? I'm assuming. I am
Yeah.
too.
And Shang-Chi, oh my
Dude,
gosh,
they
loved
killed
it.
that.
And it didn't get hyped up that much. And I
Yes.
randomly was like, okay, I'm going to go to the movies tonight. We just need to see something, so we'll see it. And it was one of my all-time favorites.
So a thing that and everyone that I've talked to, everyone's liked it, which I love.
So good.
The thing that really resonated with me, and I feel like the group that I watched it with, because I watched it with my Asian cousin and he's Eastern European, my best friend, but he's embedded in Asian culture.
Yeah.
And so when I was watching it, it brought me back to when I was a kid and we would watch kung fu movies. Like,
Yeah.
because they brought that in, and then there was like seeing Asians on screen. I was just like, oh my god.
Representation
Yeah, I was like, this is
matters.
probably how Black Panther felt for like the community of like the
Yeah.
African American community. So I was just
Yeah.
like, that was a good movie. Also, I met Aquafina. I love her.
Oh, she's the fact that she's in the Marvel universe
I
now makes me so
know.
happy
She's
because
so
I love her
funny.
so much.
She's from New York too.
Is she really?
Yeah, so this is a whole controversy with her that happened right after Shang-Chi release. Was a lot of people were giving her crap for what is it called, her black accent, because she talks in like a
Oh, I can see
way,
what you're saying.
I guess.
Yeah, like,
And she apologized, which I don't even think she should have apologized,
That's just her
because
voice.
yeah, and what people don't realize is a black accent is just being from New York. Like she talks like people from New York. Like I have a Asian family actually. My niece's aunt and father are from New York, and they're Asian Chinese Americans, and they talk exactly like Aquafina. Like
yeah.
like cultured, you know,
Yeah.
like hood, and that's just the way she grew up. It's not her fault.
I never heard of that, and I
Wow.
had never even noticed that.
Yeah.
Before.
It's yeah. She was really cool though. She was really nice. I only met her through FaceTime on my episode of I Can See Your Voice.
That's so cool.
Yeah, she was really awesome.
She's hilarious.
I know.
I love her.
I want to see Crazy Rich Asians. I haven't seen that yet.
It's so good. I know. You have to watch it. She's hilarious
Also,
in that too.
Guy, what is his name? Guy Henry Golding. What is the Asian guy's name? The lead guy.
In Crazy Rich Asians.
Yes, Henry something. He's very hot.
I don't know, but he is
I was
really
like,
attractive.
shit.
He
I was-
is.
Yeah, and I'm a stand, like I'm like the most, like, what is it called? Flamboyant straight guy you'll ever meet. I'll see a guy and I'll be like, damn. Like, so that's why I was about that show.
Hey, that
mean,
means
movie.
that you're
Yeah.
really strong in your masculinity. And
I guess.
the guys who have issues, I think, with saying something like that
Oh,
or don't
yeah.
feel comfortable enough, or people that are insecure in their
Bro, you need to watch Euphoria.
manhood.
That's what-
Everyone keeps telling me that, and I really do need to watch
I
it.
literally said that the last like 10 podcasts. I tell my guest. I got my last guest 2 episodes ago. She was a sex coach, and I talked to her about Euphoria. And then 2 days after she finished the whole thing.
I'll have to watch it. I keep
You're
hearing
busy,
that
though.
I know, but everyone is telling me to watch
It's
it.
really crazy. I think the first season is like good, but the second season's great. Like
Yeah.
that was where I was like, wow, this is actually a really freaking good show.
And that it just ended, right?
Yeah, the
2
second
days ago?
season. The second season. I don't know when the third will come out, but
Yeah.
that was a good show. Yeah, that's all I have for you today.
This was so fun.
Thank you.
I was like, oh, what am I gonna have to talk about for this long? But
Right.
I could go forever.
We should do this again. We should do this
Yes.
again. Regardless of if it's after pageant or before. I would love to have you back on. This was really
would
fun.
love to.
It was a
This
great
was so fun,
conversation.
yeah.
Maybe next time I can bring Lauren on as well, my girlfriend. And then if Daniel's in town, I would love for him to come too.
Can remote him in too if he's not.
Oh yeah, let's do that. We can have him FaceTime and put him on
Yeah.
right on the screen. That'd be really
Yeah,
fun, like a
that'd be
Zoom
really
call.
fun,
Yeah, let's do
yeah.
that. It's like a double date, but on a podcast.
On a podcast, yeah. Well, thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. And that's it, guys. I will see you guys next week. Oh, before, let's shout out all your plugs. So it's Miss NC USA
Yep.
on Instagram. And then is also your personal is just your name.
Morgan Romano 1.
Morgan Romano 1. Okay, on
Yep.
Instagram, do you have any other socials or is this just Instagram purely?
Mostly just Instagram. We do have a Miss North Carolina TikTok,
Oh.
Miss NC
know
USA, same handle. I'm not the best at TikTok, but I'm learning. So if you follow that, just don't expect a lot.
I'm the
I'm
same
trying.
way.
I'm
I
learning.
suck at TikTok. I get that.
I'm trying to learn, but yeah,
You're like borderline a millennial. That's why.
I know.
You're so close to being millennial.
I know. And it's just, yeah.
What's your favorite cartoon you grew up on? Because it's probably the same ones as me.
Probably like SpongeBob.
Yeah, SpongeBob. I feel like everyone liked SpongeBob. It's like Timmy Turner, all that.
Oh
those
yeah,
are the
Fairly
basics.
Odd
Fairly
Parents. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Oh, and
A lot of Disney ones
what's
too.
the guy with the big head? Jimmy Neutron.
Oh, I love Jimmy
Loved
Neutron.
him, yeah.
Did you ever watch the episode where they crossed over Jimmy Neutron and Timmy?
Yes. Yes.
Dude, during COVID, I found out that they had that on Hulu. And so me and my cousin rewatched it and we were like, oh my God, like this was such a pinnacle moment in our memory in childhood. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, so guys, follow her. Sorry, I just went on a tangent. But yeah, you guys got to follow her on Instagram, Miss NC USA. Sorry, Miss NC USA. And I will see you all next week. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.